guys, welcome back to She Smokes Too at PCA. I am here with Kathleen Kelly of Queensbury Cigars.
Yes.
Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
You having a good show
Pleasure.
so far?
Yeah, it's been a great show.
That's great.
Super busy, a lot of cool cigars here, so I've been enjoying it.
Great. I always like to ask women how they got into the industry. Because everyone has a different story, and it's fun to kind of learn how you found yourself.
Well, this is my 30th year.
Okay. So you're a
So,
veteran.
I'm celebrating 30 years this year. And I actually started during 1994 during the cigar boom.
Okay.
And a lot of people, I was selling coffee. I had a little coffee shop called Cup of Joe's. And people were asking for cigars. And so I brought in a little cabinet humidor, and it kind of grew from there.
Oh, that's awesome.
And in 2012, I bought my own building. So I have my own building I own, which is a great place for people to smoke cigars.
Absolutely.
And really enjoy being in this industry.
That's awesome. And I talked to Teresa earlier today, and she said that she got into the industry during the cigar boom too. So you guys kind of like have that in common.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, we've both been in it for a long time. So Teresa and I both serve on the PCA board.
Okay.
And she just got elected last year. This is my second year on the board.
Nice.
And
so the two of you were like the brainchild behind the Women of PCA?
Yes. So when I got onto the PCA board, I started to travel from New York to DC because I want to know what's going on in DC, what's going on in the Capitol.
Yeah.
I like to advocate, so I'm very active in the state and then federally also. And that's how I met Teresa. And then she ran for the board. And I just felt like we need a space for women in the cigar industry to network, mentorship, to advocate for cigars and cigar smoking. So we put together Women of PCA, and we're doing this is our first official happy hour at the PCA show.
I know, I wish I could join. I'm leaving tomorrow morning, but Sydney, who's behind the camera right now, and Kara will be there representing.
That is wonderful. Yeah, we're very excited. Last year it started organically as word of mouth, and we had 40 plus women. And it was very exciting. Mm-hmm. And Bovida stepped up and said we would like to have them at our happy hour event. So we thanked them for that. And then they requested that we come back this year. So that was very exciting that they asked us back. And DuPont has stepped up, and McAuliffe, and Kirka, Drew Estate.
Well, we want to get involved.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So we're just going to keep growing this. So we're handing out cigars and networking. And
that's great.
I'd like to bring that into maybe some travel too, where women can have an opportunity to go to DC.
Yeah.
And maybe tour the Capitol.
Yeah.
And see some behind the scenes and educate them on how that works and how they can advocate for cigars.
Yeah, and Teresa was saying maybe come down to Tampa and do an event at our factory too.
Yes, that was our other idea, was to do a tour at the J.C. Newman factory.
Oh, we would love that.
Which would be fabulous.
Yeah, because we have event spaces and we could do some fun events.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Yeah,
love to. That would be great. Yes, that's one of our key trips that we want to plan as well.
Good. Yeah. That's so fun. And you were just telling me that you just won. Remind me.
Yes, so I just got elected as president of the New York State Tobacconists Association.
That's awesome.
So that is a group of retailers in New York State that are fighting for cigar smokers' rights in the state.
Because New York, you guys are pretty restricted.
Yes, we have a
highly taxed.
75% tax. So in the middle of a pandemic, in October of 2020, we were deemed non-essential. So we were already struggling with not being able to be open, and our tax went to 75%.
Gosh.
And it was very crushing.
Yeah.
So we have two bills in New York currently right now. One of them is for a 50-cent tax cap on premium cigars, and the other is a cigar bar liquor bill, because we can't even serve alcohol in our lounges in New York. So those
because you also serve tobacco, they don't want like the...
Yes, it's because of the smoking. So we've created and carved out a special bill because cigar shops are already exempt from the smoking ban, right? Because we can still smoke in a cigar lounge. And we just want to add to the experience of a cigar lounge to be able to order a bourbon or a scotch or a glass of wine or something.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of advocating these as small business bills because that's what they are.
Yeah.
To help small businesses in the state of New York.
Absolutely.
And we have 16 tax caps nationwide, so we want New York to be 17.
Wow, that's
which
awesome.
Would be great. Yeah.
All right, the New Yorkers listening, this gal is trying to to bring the prices down and get you a drink in your hand while you're smoking your cigar.
Yes, I love to advocate for cigars, so
that's great.
I fight every day for the rights of cigar smokers.
Yeah, you're in the right spot.
Yeah, we have a lot of concerning issues that come up.
Yeah.
So you have to, every state should have a state association, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and every state's so different.
Yeah, you could be facing a flavor ban. You could be facing a generational smoking ban.
Yeah.
So there's concern. So if you don't have a state organization, you should form one.
Absolutely.
And if you need help, I'll be happy to help any state form a state organization.
All right. Well, we will spread the word about that.
Absolutely.
For sure. And now you guys are kind of focusing in on the female aspect of the industry, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys are thinking like advocacy and education. Is that kind of the
exactly.
core idea behind?
Yes, and networking.
Networking.
Yeah, absolutely. Mentorship. A lot of women are getting into the cigar industry too and opening shops.
Yeah.
Which is great to see.
I know. I love that.
Yeah, and so we want to help them with anything they might need help with.
Very cool. Have you talked to Angela Yu? She owns a shop in Tampa.
Yes, she is also on the PCA board.
Perfect.
We have 5 women on the PCA board. One of them is Mary Zarmak, who's in the executive committee. She is our secretary.
Right.
And I have spoke to Angela because she'd be a great host shop, right? If we came to Tampa.
To Tampa, yeah. Her shop's beautiful there.
Yeah, she's great.
Awesome. Well, I always like to ask your first cigar story. I think it's so interesting.
Oh my gosh, my first cigar was probably, it was an Upman cigar. I think I actually started with like a little like Demitas, I think they were called back in the day. That's the first cigar I ever had. And then probably my second cigar after that is Macanudo. I mean, you know, that's everybody's like first cigar that they try, because everybody would be like, oh, you're new to cigar smoking, this is what you should smoke.
Yep. I always hear like a Macanudo or like an Acid Blondie. I get a lot of that.
Yes, that's a big one for a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good intro cigars.
Yeah.
Mine was a Between the Lines, so I didn't even know what
Really?
I was like, okay, this is an awesome first cigar. So, all right, well, thank you so much for coming by. We like to keep these
having me.
short and sweet, and we appreciate
Wonderful.
it. So,
well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks everyone for joining us.